in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good night, everyone, and get ready because it's time for the late chip at the video store.
We're singing that theme song, so it must be Saturday morning. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. It is our first show back since daylight saving time has reverted, so we're back to 8:30 in the morning my time.
Yeah.
So it is a lovely, bright Saturday morning. How is your Friday evening going?
It's been going good. Just been watching movies like usual.
Shocker. Shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning, good evening. Just good to you all. I hope you have all had a lovely week. Give us a hi, hello, hey if you're in the chat. And then we sort of just need to jump straight into it because this is a really big, wide topic. And there's so many different ways you can take this one. Mike, what have we got today?
We got, who's your favorite protagonist in a horror movie?
So it's definitely been, we've been enjoying seeing a lot of the discourse around Scream 6. Like it's definitely been one of the biggest movie of the year so far. I don't know, the most widely received.
Widely received, I can see.
Yeah.
Like that and Creed 3 are probably up there.
Yep. And we've had it. Oh, hi, hello, hey, my darling. It's been Scream Week or Horror Week on the show, which is great on our channel this week because we've had it on Cinemasters reviews. We've had Why We Love Horror, and then we're having more horror today.
And we had the tier list.
I've kind of been digging having like another bit of a horror breather, like early March. Like it works well. Like we've had enough breaks since October, and then we've had Christmas again. So like to hit us with some early year horror, it's been pretty good. It's been good.
It's gonna happen again in April too, because Evil Dead comes out. That's
very
true.
Huge. The movie
that's gonna be fucking huge.
Has some high promises that it might not be able to cachet according to some reviews. I'm very interested to see if it's going to do what it promises. My favorite protagonist in a horror movie. Oh, if you can call it a horror movie. I've got two. And this is what I mean. Like, I know, it's just shocking that I'm going to pick more than one answer. Good morning, Jack. The first one I'm going to highlight is Hocus Pocus. Now, you and I have had an argument about what constitutes a protagonist, because you say just because the Sanderson sisters are on the poster that they're protagonists.
Not just that on the poster. They're throughout the fucking movie, and you follow them. You don't give a shit about those kids.
Well, I give a shit. I give a lot of shits. I give a lot of shits about the hero that is Zachary Binks protecting that black cat that protects that candle. Just some asshole comes along and fucking lights it, and you've been watching it for hundreds of years. And then you got to go fix their mistakes just because you're trying to protect your sister. He is a hero. Yes, I like Zachary Binks a lot. And I also like, who's her face? Is it Allison, the girl? The girl character.
Yeah.
Because, again, she believes in the witches. She knows that salt's the thing that fixes it. And she gives out king-size candy bars. Hero in Halloween. But I do, and then sometimes, my inner witch comes out and I'm like, yeah, Sanderson sisters has a point. Like, suck the youth out of all those kids. Like, I'm getting to that point. I'm getting to my evil queen phase, I think. I'm like, yes. Mike, who is your favorite protagonist in a horror movie?
Oh, I gotta go with the fucking easy answer for me is Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell, fucking amazing. I love him to fucking death, especially Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Evil Dead 1, he's just starting out. He's just a random horror protagonist in a group of friends who basically get fucking tortured by Deadites the entire movie. But in Evil Dead 2, he loses his hand. He becomes more of a badass by the second half. And then in Army of Darkness, he's just pure, I'm just going to fuck these people up. That's all I care about now. It's just giving everyone else shit and then killing Deadites. He's fucking amazing in it.
Give me the tagline. Give me the catchphrase. Sorry. Come on. Give me best
which
Williams
one? Hail to the King, baby? Or you got all kinds of fucking thing coming from him.
also what I think makes like a great horror protagonist or things like that, or definitive horror movie, is the things like this, like your quotable moments.
Yeah.
You know, the other one I was thinking of, tell me if it counts. We talked about, and I'm hoping someone's going to be able to bring it on and talk about a bit more about Final Girls. So I still think, even though Laurie Strode's like the originated the archetype of the final girl, Sidney Prescott is probably like my most favorite one, because Scream's probably my most favorite horror movie. But my other most favorite would have to be Cindy from Scary Movie. That completely counts, because so many times I didn't think I would use right, left, right, kick in my daily life as much as I do. We go to the gym and I'm like, right, left, right, kick. That jacket is tight. And then, of course, we see how the running.
Oh, yeah. Well, she matches it pretty fucking well.
It's so good. But Cindy, Anna Faris just really hits the nail on the head and spoofs the final girl trope just so very well throughout that series. So what do you think about Cindy?
Oh, yeah, I love Cindy, especially in the first three. The other ones afterwards kind of starts dwindling a little bit, but those first three movies, she's fucking fantastic in it. I love all the shit she does, especially the second one having to deal with fucking David Cross, and then the butler with tiny hand, all kinds of shit. And then she's like singing the song, and the fucking video chick goes, "Shut up, bitch, and let me sing." It's just great shit coming from her.
Mike, we have some customers already. Please bring someone on.
We got Jack.
Jack.
Hey,
how are you going today, Jack?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Oh, brilliant. So who's your favorite horror movie protagonist?
You know, there's a lot of really great answers, but honestly, I'm not gonna go with who my first instinct was when I thought of this answer, which is Nancy Thompson, because I love Heather Langenkamp in the first Nightmare movie, but you really cannot beat Kurt Russell in The Thing. R.J. McCready is my favorite protagonist in a horror film. It's my favorite horror film. I got to see it on the big screen last October. It was incredible. He is by far the smartest horror protagonist I've seen. He doesn't mess around. That blood test scene is perfect. I love McCready every time I watch this movie.
Talk about an absolutely charismatic performance by Kurt Russell. I mean, you're expecting it at this point because that's just one of the most charismatic actors, but to bring that to a horror movie that is so cold and still, and then he's just the center of like warmth and smarminess, I think that's really good juxtaposition for your setting to your main character. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh yeah, it's my second favorite horror movie of all time. McCready is fucking incredible. Kurt Russell is fucking great in that role. Starting with the whole cheating bitch on the chest, you just know that he's just done with this place in general, and then all this shit happens with the fucking alien thing coming in, and it's not like he's trying to save everyone. He's just trying to get the fuck out of there himself. And if he has to help others, and they turn on his ass halfway through that movie, and that's when he just goes ape shit and does not give a fuck anymore, and is ready to fucking burn all of them, which is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to say, someone commented showing the thing to my roommates was a fun night. Watching this with Alex on call was an experience. He had never seen the movie, and so every like 10 minutes when the thing showed up, he'd just be like, Jack, what the fuck? That's pretty much his entire review. It was a good time. Anyway.
Those effects are still so insane.
Good.
Jack, strong choice, Alec. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
I watched The Thing alone on a cold day, which was like just not the tea. It was not the way to do it. So I have less warm memories about it. If you're with us and you haven't jumped in the chat yet, make sure you hit us up, click our link, come on. You keep Mike.
Oh, for check. Oh, yeah, that's not even my favorite quote from Big Trouble. So I would go cheating bitch 1000% all the way.
So then, what is the correct quote from Big Trouble?
Oh, when Kurt Russell is with Wang and Wang's about to get ran over, and he jumps and tackles him to the floor to keep him getting run over. He lifts up and he goes, "Son of a bitch must pay," and just fucking walks away. It's fucking amazing.
Mike, who have we got next? I'm a little terrified already. Bring him up, please.
We got jokes.
This was a horror-themed week, and I just thought I might bring something that I had with me.
Yeah.
It's the
We
best thing I
love
could
the
do.
props here.
Yeah.
We love it. Joseph, how are you doing tonight, darling?
I'm fine, I think.
Brilliant. Who is your favorite protagonist in a horror movie?
Okay, so I was between two for this question, and I'm gonna go with Chris Washington from Get Out, Daniel Kaluuya's character in that movie. The more I see it, the more I love it. He's trying to make a good impression on his girlfriend's family, but not only are they white, but they're also trying so hard to be forgive the they're white people, but they think that they're being black, and the way that they interact with him catches him off guard, and then more creepy things happen. So the reason why I also love him a lot as a protagonist is because I sympathize with him with some past or I sympathize with him trying to overcome some personal trauma. Well, I don't know if trauma is the right word, but personal. No, yeah, I can say that. Personal demons about some things that he did or failed to do that he wishes that he could have done in the past to save some of his family. And then when he's presented in this really crazy situation where he has to either fight or die, he goes on full survival mode, and the way that he plows through his obstacles at the end is really crazy and also really satisfying to see him overcome. And it's just a very satisfying movie for me to watch. The creepiness is there, the social commentary cracks me up, and I think that Daniel Kaluuya does. Yes, exactly. That Daniel Kaluuya does a great job in embodying that guilt, but also trying to make sure that things don't go to hell in his situation while visiting the family. And yeah, I love the movie, and I love the character as well.
I'm glad you started talking about Daniel Kaluuya, because that's definitely what I was just about to bring up. I think just the way he, the different facets of that performance he brings out, he does make you really sympathize with him. The acting is just insane. Like you talk about, like when he's falling like that, and then like the tears, and as you sort of said, the freaking, is it horns? Like what does he kill? Who's he faced with? When he stabs him with the
Catherine Keener.
No,
Bradley Whitford.
Bradley, yes,
Whitford.
Yeah.
Like that scene is so good as well, and like just the pain and rage and just all the different emotions that he goes through. I think this is a great choice. Mike, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, Joseph said it best. The things he has to deal with at the beginning of the movie was just dealing with her family, of how they're acting towards him in not the creepy way, but just in trying to, in a way, they're trying to act like they're trying to accept him, but at the same time, you can tell something's off, and he can tell, and he's just trying to survive that, dealing with his family. And then it comes in that he goes into the sunken place, and now he's dealing with hell, and he has to deal with the fucking psycho brother who wants to fucking UFC fight him halfway through the movie for no reason, with some strange fucking reason in that, where he doesn't understand what the hell is going on, and then up until then he has to deal with all the craziness with his girlfriend, who turns out to be a complete psycho, and everything entwined with that. I think his performance is amazing in it, and it's a great horror movie Protagonist for sure.
Yeah, and showing this, I showed this before to my sisters That was also a fun night. especially hearing the reactions to the ending. That was fun.
Joseph, thanks for coming on and giving us your awesome choice, darling.
All right,
Thank you,
thank you
Joseph.
for having me.
That was another really good choice. We had a bit
Yeah.
of a brainstorm before, and we're like, "Oh, I really hope someone comes on and brings that one up. That would be great to hear." Mike, who have we got?
We got the man on location, live. We got Mason.
Yo, what's up?
Is that a Teen Titans shirt? Get
Yes,
the
it
fuck.
is.
But
I've
can you
had
send
this
it to
shirt since
Australia?
look and see if I can. I have had this shirt for like 7 years at this point. It's still to this day one of my favorite shirts.
Good shit. Payson, who's your favorite horror movie protagonist?
So I talked with you guys last night, full disclosure, and even though this movie's not qualified as a horror movie on IMDb, I'm still taking it. I'm taking Chief Martin Brody from Jaws. Brody's just the coolest guy in the world. Like he's the one guy in this movie that's like the ultimate everyman. He just wants to protect the people of Amity Island, and at first he's willing to go by with like what the mayor says, like, okay, I guess the mayor thinks it's safe. I guess we can handle this. And then as the movie goes on, he's like, no, Mayor, you're a psychopathic, evil son of a bitch. Like, you don't care about any of this. And then when the shark attack happens on the 4th of July, he's like, okay, I gotta go, and I gotta go kill this shark. He gets the nerd of Hooper. He gets the cool Quint. They go off. They drink. They compare scars. It's awesome. He ends up killing the shark in the end. Says one of the greatest movie profanity lines of all time. Martin Brody is awesome. And then also shout out to Roy Scheider, because if anyone doesn't know, behind the scenes, Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw hated each other behind the scenes. And Robert Shaw was always making fun of Richard Dreyfuss. And he would always go up to Richard Dreyfuss and bet him on the boat to climb up to the top of the boat and jump off into the water. This tower was like 20 yards high, so like Richard Dreyfuss would have died, and Robert Shaw kept on increasing the money until to see if Richard Dreyfuss would take it. And Roy Scheider heard about this. He told Steven Spielberg. Spielberg told Robert Shaw to knock it off. So in relation, Roy Scheider saved Richard Dreyfuss's life.
Let me dissect that point by point. Hang on. No, I think this is an awesome choice. The point I really like the most is, like, as you said, he's the everyman. He's like Michael Bluth of the team, like, if that makes sense, you know. He's just there to keep it running, protect his family, do the job that he can do, and but you've never encountered something like this, like rampaging killer shark before, so it's a really hard place to be. And Roy Scheider just plays it in the same way. The reason I bring up Michael Bluth in the same way that Jason Bateman does, it's where it's like it's a straight man that's not boring, because sometimes that is really, really hard to play. And yeah, of course, the cigarette, we're going to need a bigger boat. Like, everything is just perfect. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh yeah, this is my favorite horror movie of all time. And it's awesome that he's dealing with the biggest aspect of this movie, which is he's afraid of the fucking water. He don't want to go anywhere near the goddamn water. But he realizes, especially after his son witnesses the attack, and he knows he has to be the one to take care of this, because the mayor doesn't give a fuck. So he goes, I'm going to risk it all. I'm going to go into that water, and I'm going to fucking take out this shark. And it starts off as your regular thriller horror. It moves into adventure, and it gets back into the horror towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And I have friends to this day that won't get in the fucking water because of that movie. He is such a great protagonist for that. And yeah, he has one of the greatest ending lines of all time.
Absolutely. Payson, thank you so much for coming on and giving us your choice today, darling.
I decided to spice it up. I'm actually in the passenger seat of my car. As you can see, there's no one in the driver's seat. I just decided to...
I knew it looked kind of different.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
As you can see, I'm actually being visited by God right now. Let me see. Yep, there's God, everyone. So, have a great night, Mike and Kelly. It's so much fun every week.
Our Lord and Savior, Marcus Brody. Yeah, absolutely. But that's so true.
Yeah.
It's just that movie's just had such a lingering effect, and that's why I think you can class it as a horror movie. Anything that's made you, permanently scared of something. Just in the same way as one of my other favorite female protagonists, Not one you're gonna think. No, sort of not really final girl. I'm gonna go with Wendy from The Shining.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is
100%.
that is such a hard role to play because Jack Nicholson is like firing on all cylinders. Like that's such a great thing. So when she's and like we all know the behind the scenes of what she had to go through for this filming, and that just breaks my heart when you actually watch it then because she is the most terrified of anyone I think I've ever seen on film.
Oh
like,
yeah,
legitimately
like
so. That is not acting.
Yeah, and it's very hard to, like you said with Jack Nicholson, it's very hard to find someone that can match Jack Nicholson in performance, and especially when he is firing on probably one of his best performances of all time. It's very hard to keep up, and she does it extremely well.
But I think it seems like the give me that, like the walking up the stairs, like that, because you know that's something that definitely could be happening in like homes and things like that. And it does.
100%.
So like just the things and like the hiding behind the doors and the accident, like and yeah, she's just great. And being a mum trying to protect your kid, like hard role to play. Love it. Mike, who do we have?
We're going down under. Where you're from? We got Jake.
Back home. Not on holiday.
Yeah. Not on holidays yet. No, I'm back.
How you going this morning, darling?
I'm doing good. Jason and I decided to wear blue shirts for late shift. I love the little
we got a dress code going.
There. Dress code, yeah. It's a secret club. You guys are not in. It's a secret club. You know.
Jake, who's your favorite horror movie protagonist?
I had really a lot of fun trying to figure out who my favorite one is, and there's a lot of good ones I could go with. But when I thought about it, I just thought of who's the one where they're the smartest character. They're the ones who are completely just asking questions. I kind of froze out there for a second. Asking questions about what is going on and why is everything as crazy as it is. And then as they go on throughout the movie, they lose their fucking minds to this madness. And you can say they're in the mouth of madness because I'm going with John Trent, Sam Neill in the mouth of madness. Our second John Carpenter film for Late Shift today. He's pretty good when it comes to the protagonist, but I've always loved Sam Neill's John Trent. He starts off as an insurance investigator. He's been told that he needs to find this writer, Sutter Kane, whose most recent book is apparently can infect people's minds and make them go crazy. And so he's like, okay, well, this sounds like just bullshit, like a bad insurance claim. So as he usually does, he's able to detect bullshit. Drives to the town allegedly where a lot of Sutter Kane's novels take place, Bag End, and as he slowly realizes that he starts to see stuff from Sutter Kane's novels in real life, he's like, oh, this is all just parlor tricks. This is all just a show. These are all just a bunch of actors. And slowly but surely, he starts to realize that something's going on. And eventually, he sees Sutter Kane, and and as he starts to realize that insanity and sanity are just different ideals of the mind, and what if majority of the human population were insane, you would be in the minority and you would be the crazy one. And so that sort of realization on him, and then as he starts to tell people, it's like, we went to this town and there was all these things like, what are you talking about? I never sent you to a town. And Charlton Heston as the head of the publishing company, and he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never sent you to the town. This is all, we got the manuscript, we got the book. And as the movie goes on, he finds himself in a mental hospital, and he's just like trying to tell people that the end of the world is coming, and no one's listening to him because they'll think he's crazy. But maybe he's the sane person in this situation.
I do love that when like you're playing with the audience's perceptions, and anything that sort of just makes you actually go back and question your own reality, I think is a really good time. Also, just really random side note, we watched that, and the lady who runs the inn in the town, Ella just points at the screen and goes, "It's Grandma from Happy Gilmore."
It's Happy Gilmore. Yeah. I remember that. That's so good. Yeah.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love John Trent, and there's two parts of it that I really love. The first at the beginning and the end when he's getting into the mental hospital and he kicks a dude in the nuts, and then when they close him in, he goes, "I'm sorry about the nuts."
It's just a lucky shot.
It's so fucking great. And then when he starts to go kind of crazy, he talks to the Happy Gilmore grandma. He's trying to find her, and he can't, so he starts banging on the fucking bell, and he goes, "Come on, you old bitch, where are you?" It's so fucking great. His performance is amazing.
What is it with you, Mike, and John Carpenter protagonist calling people bitches?
It fucking works in every movie with him. It's insane. And I just love the fact that he truly goes insane as this movie progresses, and it shows
Like when
it
he's on the
perfectly.
bus and he has the dream where you think it's like a weird dream within dream logic, but he's like asleep and then Sutter Kane appears to him. He's like, "Did I ever tell you my favorite color is blue?" And then the moment he walks up, the whole screen is just blue. It's that tinted blue. And then maybe my favorite shot of the movie is when he just starts screaming, like it's that horrible sort of screaming, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck?" That and the ending when he's in
the ending
cinema.
is
When he's
fucking
watching
insane.
the movie and he starts just laughing. It's one of the just most iconic shots in horror films, honestly. Like, and he just starts losing his mind. He's like, "This is not reality," and he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm just a fictional character. That's all. That is my life." And it's just like such a insane ending that I absolutely love.
Brilliant. Jake, thanks for coming on and giving us your choice tonight, darling.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me,
you,
guys.
Jake.
See ya.
Now, Mike, I need to
Yeah.
borrow your expertise to talk about
Okay.
our third Carpenter film of the evening. Talk to me about Laurie Strode and Halloween, please.
Okay, so yeah, there's different, of course, there's different iterations that you see from her. You see her in the first one, which she is truly fucking incredible in the first one. She is the perfect final goal in that. She comes in as just a regular teenager and she goes through fucking hell to end up defeating him towards the end. And then you have her you cut to Halloween 2, and Halloween 2, you get a little bit more of her, but then they add in that it's her brother, and she's still kicking ass. She's still trying to survive. But then you do H2O, and you see that she's dealing, like they also do it with 2018 Halloween, where she's dealing with a lot of grief from what happened to her. And in H2O, she's drinking a lot, and that's how she's dealing with it. She has a son played by Josh Arnett that she's trying to protect through this whole process, and then she has to do it again. And Payson brought it up last night that it has one of the fucking greatest ways to take him out at the end. Chops his fucking head off. And if they would have ended it with that, if that would have been the end and they did no Halloween Resurrection, that would have been a fucking perfect ending. But then you get the 2018 and that trilogy going on, and you just see her as this badass older lady that is ready to fuck shit up. She's been preparing for this all these years to have the final battle. And that ending of the last one, Halloween Ends, and getting to see her finally do what she's been waiting to do is so fucking great.
I do like in the new trilogy that we get like 3 generations of women like all kicking ass together, because you don't get a lot of horror movie protagonists Jamie Lee Curtis's age. So like it's great that she's been able to have this legacy like throughout her career of Laurie Strode and keep coming back to it. I think that's pretty phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Mike, who have we got?
We got Tony.
Good Tony.
Hey. How you guys doing?
Darling? Good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm typically too busy putting my kids to bed at this time, so I was able to hop on tonight. So
Brilliant. Tell us, who's your favorite horror movie protagonist?
Well, I mean, I'm not a big horror movie fan, but the ones I like, I love, and I have no idea what's already been said. I'm sure some of the basic ones have. So I'm just gonna say Ellen Ripley in Alien.
There we go.
Has not been brought up yet.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the smartest person on the ship, without a doubt. If they listened to her, they would have never let that fucker on the ship. I mean, let's be honest. It's like, hey, there's an alien attached to his face. Let's not let him on the ship. You know, just throw it out there. And I mean, Sigourney Weaver's such a badass in the movie. I would say the only dumb move, it was like, just leave the cat.
Yeah.
It's like you have an alien coming after you. It's like, I'm sorry. I mean, just leave the cat. It's okay. No one's going to judge you.
I've seen like great memes about like, this is really about a movie where people should have listened to the woman and the cat and her cat. Like this is like the survival story of the woman and the cat. Yeah. But I love this choice. I was really hoping someone would come on and bring it up, because this is like, for like female kick-ass heroes, Ellen Ripley just is the top tier, you know.
Absolutely.
She's just phenomenal. And especially we get her in Aliens, of course. Like one of the best quotes ever. Get away from her, you bitch! Like, it's great. It's great. But yes, the first Alien movie is so unsettling the whole time, and as you said, like, why is no one listening to her? Like, she just clearly knows what's going on the most. But I love this choice.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, other than the cat, she keeps her wits about her. She just at the end, it's like, I'm just gonna sneak into the suit. I'm gonna shoot a harpoon. Not sure why you have a harpoon gun in space, but you already got me at that point. So, but
Mike, what are your thoughts on Ripley?
Oh, I absolutely love the character of Ellen Ripley, and I think Sigourney Weaver is amazing in it. Tony said it best that she is the smartest person on the ship in the first and second one. In the second one, all she's trying to do is tell him, "Don't fucking go there. You guys are idiots." No.
I've been through this. Like, why aren't you listening to my journey? Like what I've gone through.
She even says in this, she's like, "We've gone over this for the past 3 hours.
Yeah. And
They're
dealing with the
all
robot for the
dead.
second
I had to
time.
destroy the ship.
Yes.
What aren't you getting?"
She does, like, she deals with a AI for the second time too, where she doesn't trust him this time. Lance Hendrickson this time. He's not a bad guy this time around, but she has that mistrust throughout the entire thing, just going, I've already dealt with this bullshit. I don't want to deal with it again. I don't trust you. I don't want to fucking deal with any of you. Let's just get who we need to get and get the fuck out of here. And I just love her progression throughout them all, because she becomes more and more badass as the movies progress.
And that is saying something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tony, awesome choice tonight, darling. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thanks for having
me. Thank you, Tony.
Good seeing you guys.
Oh, that just made me so happy. I was really, really hoping it would come up. Because it's a classic, and like, it needs to keep being celebrated. Of course, we just had our International Women's Day panel, so of course I love to see it. Mike, who have we got?
We got somebody also on location somewhere. We got John.
John,
what's up, everybody? I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you live from Indiana, Pennsylvania. Happy St. Patrick's Day. But I did want to. I couldn't miss this for the world to talk to you guys about one of my favorite topics. And look, I'm coming to you in portrait mode and everything, because it's a total shit show out here. But my favorite protagonist in a horror movie, I hope nobody said it, is Francesco Delamore from Cemetery Man.
They have not.
Okay. Because he's freaking awesome. He, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm sure, Mike, you've probably seen it. I don't know if Kelly, I'm going to guess you probably didn't see it. He is a graveyard caretaker, and the town, the Italian village that he is the caretaker of, has a problem because everyone that gets buried comes back to life within a week, and it's his job to just shoot them in the head when they come out of the grave. That's basically his whole job. So he protects the town. The town doesn't even know that he's protecting the town. The town hates him. The town says he's impotent. They've spread rumors about him, but he doesn't care. He's defending the town anyway because he's a great dude. Him and his sidekick Nagi defend the town against all the zombies. Mike, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have. And you know what? You're absolutely correct. He is the savior of that town. All the lies on him, and they treat him like shit.
Yeah. They don't pay him. They don't treat him with any respect. But he's the reason why they're all alive. And he's the man. Rupert Everett is the man in that movie.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. This is such a great choice.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. I'm putting it on the watch list. You sold me at Rupert Everett and Impotent. Yeah. I don't know why those are the two selling points for me.
It is a horror, comedy, romance. Every genre is in Cemetery Man. There's multiple love stories. There's him shooting zombies in the head. There's heads coming back to life. There's people marrying heads. It's like Reanimator meets Airplane meets Night of the Living Dead. It's fantastic. You gotta check it out.
Well, that's the tagline. That's the selling point. John, thank you for coming to us live.
Yeah, coming to you live.
Enjoy your evening, love.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
Bye.
If you're in the comments with us and you haven't given us your option yet, let us know. We've still got a few more minutes, or if you haven't jumped on yet, grab our link. Apparently, I'll be watching this one later. Alan, have you actually seen it?
As you should.
Has Alan actually watched it, though?
Let's find out. Alan, have you watched it?
Mike, is there any other horror movie protagonists you would like to highlight this evening?
Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna go through a few, that haven't been mentioned, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see, we mentioned that Nancy Thompson was brought up a little bit, but we like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, where she basically home alones the shit out of Freddy and kicks the shit
Oh,
out
hell
of him.
yeah.
Fucking amazing. And yes,
Yes. Thank
Carrie,
you for elaborating.
Carrie is
Carrie,
fucking incredible.
yeah, Carrie's just one of my all-time good for her movies.
She's
I
one that
really
gets bullied
enjoyed it.
consistently, and she finally gets her fucking payback. And another character who's bullied throughout is Horace from Monster Squad. He's a little chubby kid that gets bullied by these guys consistently, and by the end, he lights Dracula on fire, and he shoots the creature from Black Lagoon with a shotgun and kills it. Fucking
But
badass.
which one kicks Wolfman in the nuts?
That is amazing. Still a great fucking moment, yes.
Yeah, such a classic.
We got Seth Brundle from The Fly. Jeff Goldblum is fucking incredible in
Okay.
that. He is so great. Michael Emerson from The Lost Boys. Got to give Lost Boys some love. That man
Oh,
turns
hell
into
yeah.
a fucking vampire and still fucks them up.
Yeah.
He never turns his back on his family, which is amazing. People Under the Stairs, Fool, played by the pitcher from Sandlot, Brandon Adams.
Yeah.
He's fucking great, and he's a kid that has to deal with this basically inbred family, and it's fucking great. George Nada, who's Roddy Piper from They Live, he's fucking incredible.
Oh, hell
in that
yeah.
movie.
Give me the quote. Give me the quote.
Oh, I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Thank you.
We got Bubba Hotep, Elvis, Bruce Campbell again. He's fucking amazing. He has to defeat Mummy in an old folks' home. How could you not love that? Mary Beth from Hatchet 2, played by Danielle Harris. She is such a badass in that. She has to defeat Victor Crowley because he took out her brother and her dad, and she does it in such an amazing way. Leslie Vernon, bringing up a villain who's an actual protagonist. Behind the mask of Leslie Vernon is a fucking serial killer, and you're following him of how he does his job, and he is so charismatic in the way he approaches it, and it's just such a fun performance. And then of course, probably one of the biggest movies where you follow the killers is Devil's Rejects. Going from House of a Thousand Corpses, where they are this brutal family that fucking kills you, to where you're kind of feeling bad for them by the end of Devil's Rejects because the sheriff is a complete psycho. Even though you should like the sheriff. You should want the sheriff to kill these fucking people while you're following them while they're murdering people. He ends up torturing them at the end, and you kind of feel bad. You kind of fucking feel bad for him. So I give Rob Zombie props for that, for making a movie where you actually feel bad for these complete psychopaths. And then Reggie from the Phantasm movies. It's fucking amazing. Like, he is so great. He has a 4-barrel shotgun that he uses to kill a bunch of people. It's fucking awesome. And then I got to end with Donald Pleasance, specifically from Halloween 5, because no man could do what he does, which is basically haunt and torture the small child who's a mute, and yells and screams at her in the face because she has psychic abilities with Michael and he needs to find Michael. So he fucking tortured this small child just to get the Michael Myers. It's fucking amazing.
Mike, any classic Universal monster movie protagonist?
Frankenstein's monster. 1000%.
Yeah.
He is fucking incredible in both movies. That and Bride.
Bride,
Boris Karloff is amazing in that role. Like, you feel so bad for him, and it's never his fault. He is not, like, it's the little girl. He sees the little girl throwing the flowers. He doesn't understand, and he's just trying to have fun. So he tosses her in the water, and they treat it like he is a complete monster, and they go and kill him for it, or almost kill him because he's able to survive and come back. But yeah, it's a very haunting performance. I say Dracula as well. Dracula is fucking awesome. Like, Bela Lugosi is amazing in that role. There it is. Yep. He's just screaming in her face the entire time.
If Frankenstein counts, does that mean I can have Gene Wilder as Dr. Frankenstein?
Oh yeah, 100%. That is a horror comedy. Yes. That was another great role.
Lydia from Beetlejuice. More horror comedy roles, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lydia from Beetlejuice, she's fucking awesome. She's every child of that era that would deal with what she's dealing with. That's how you want to deal with it. It's fucking amazing.
Brilliant. Thank you to everyone who jumped in our comments this evening, who jumped on and gave us their answers. This is a really fun one. Mike, anything you want to plug before we take us out?
Oh yeah, before we leave, I've been the last week. I made a playlist of all the shows that we had the previous week and threw it up for anybody that may have missed something and that wanted to check it out. So I made another playlist, which I'll post right after we get off here. That comes with every show that we've done this week. So if you missed anything, you want to check it out, it'll be on that playlist. And you guys have been kicking ass watching our shows. Views have been fucking up on a lot of our shit. Both been killing it with filmography and movies on my life. Payson's still killing it with the Cinemaster reviews. We got Why We Love Horror next week, where we're going to be talking Cocaine Bear and Killer Crocodile. So if you love animal attack movies, you're not going to want to miss that fucking thing. That's going to be amazing. Me, Payson, and Nazario got a show at the end of the month on the 31st, where we're going to be talking about 3 different movies from Pedro Almodovar because of Nazario. Great Fucking Movies returns next week. So go check that out. That's going to be amazing. I'm going to have Payson on that one to start it off. But Kelly is also going to be coming on that as well. Yes, I had to mention it so you don't try to back out of it. You coming on.
Wow, just calling me live on the screen, Mike.
Well, yeah, that's all I got to plug.
Also, if you're catching us on the replay, let us know in the comments who your favorite protagonist. Let us know on the Facebook. Keep it going. We're going to put a poll up afterwards. We did a poll for which bad guy was not bad guy, which was always really interesting. I think Roy Batty and Magneto definitely took those ones out. Make sure you vote. Keep the conversation going, because we just, even if you can't be live with us, we just love to hear what you guys' answers are. So thank you very much for anyone that's joined us. We'll see you all next time.
And I forgot to take that one off. God.
Brilliant.
There we go. Okay. Bye.
You're the real horror movie villain, Mike.
I know, right?
And we're clear.